I'm back. I'll be reading some more from the Bible, and I am using the reading plan from the Daily Audio Bible app, and I will be reading for January 30th, 2021. And I'll be reading Exodus chapter 10 verse 1 to Exodus chapter 12 verse 13. Exodus chapter 10. Exodus chapter 10. The plague of locusts. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart, and the hearts of his officials, so that I may perform these signs of mine among them, that you may tell your children and grandchildren how I dealt harshly with the Egyptians, and how I perform my signs among them, and that you may know that I am the Lord. So Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said to him, This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says. How long will you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, so that they may worship me. If you refuse to let them go, I will bring locusts into your country tomorrow. They will cover the face of the ground so that it cannot be seen. They will devour what little you have left after the hail, including every tree that is growing in your fields. They will fill your houses and those of all your officials and all the Egyptians, something neither your parents nor your ancestors have ever seen. From the day they settled in this land to now, then Moses turned and left Pharaoh. Pharaoh's officials said to him, How long will this man be a snare to us? Let the people go so that they may worship the Lord their God. Do you not yet realize that Egypt is ruined? Then Moses and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh. Go worship the Lord your God, he said. But tell me, who will be going? Moses answered, We will go with our young and our old, with our sons and our daughters, and with our flocks and herds, because we are to celebrate a festival to the Lord. Pharaoh said, The Lord be with you. If I let you go along with your women and children, clearly you are bent on evil. No, have only the men go and worship the Lord, since that's what you have been asking for. Then Moses and Aaron were driven out of Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out your hand over Egypt, so that locusts swarm over the land and devour everything growing in the fields, everything left but by the hail. So Moses stretched out his staff over Egypt, and the Lord made an east wind blow across the land all that day and all that night. But by morning the wind had brought the locusts. They invaded all Egypt and settled down in every area of the country in great numbers. Never before had there been such a plague of locusts, nor will there ever be again. They covered all the ground until it was black. They devoured all that was left after the hail. Everything growing in the fields and the fruit on the trees. Nothing green remained on tree or plant in all the land of Egypt. Pharaoh quickly summoned Moses and Aaron and said, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Now forgive my sin once more and pray to the Lord your God to take this deadly plague away from me. Moses then left Pharaoh and prayed to the Lord, and the Lord changed the the Lord changed the wind to a very strong west wind, which caught up the locusts and carried them into the Red Sea. Not a locust was left anywhere in Egypt, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let the Israelites go. The Israelites go. The plague of darkness. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand toward the sky, so that darkness spreads over Egypt, darkness that can't be felt." So Moses stretched out his hand toward the sky, and told the darkness covered all Egypt for 3 days. No one could see. No one could see anyone else. No one could see any. No one could see anyone else or move about for 3 days. Yet all the Israelites had light in the places where they lived. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and said, "Go worship the Lord. Even your women and children may go with you. Only leave your flocks and herds behind." But Moses said, "You must allow us to have sacrifices and burnt offerings to present to the Lord our God. Our livestock too must go with us. Not a hoof is to be left behind. We have to use some of them in worshiping the Lord our God, and until we get there, we will not know what we are to use to worship the Lord." But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he was not willing to let them go. Pharaoh said to Moses, get out of my sight. Make sure you do not appear before me again. The day you see my face, you will die, just as you say." Moses replied, "I will never appear before you again." The plague on the firstborn. Exodus chapter 11. Now the Lord had said to Moses, "I will bring one more plague on Pharaoh and on Egypt. After that, he will let you go from here. And when he does, he will drive you out completely. Tell the people that men and women alike ought to ask their neighbors for articles of silver and gold." The Lord made the Egyptians favorably disposed toward the people, and Moses himself was highly regarded in Egypt by Pharaoh's officials and by the people. So Moses said, "This is what the Lord says. About midnight, I will go throughout Egypt. Every firstborn son in Egypt will die, from the firstborn son of Pharaoh who sits on the throne to the firstborn son of the female slave who is at her handmill, and all the firstborn of the cattle as well. There will be loud wailing throughout Egypt, worse than there has ever been or ever will be again. But among the Israelites, not a dog will bark at any person or animal. Then you will know that the Lord makes a distinction between Egypt and Israel. All these officials of yours will come to me, bowing down before me and saying, Go, you and all the people who follow you. After that, I will leave." Then Moses, hot with anger, left Pharaoh. The Lord had said to Moses, "Pharaoh will refuse to listen to you, so that my wonders may be multiplied in Egypt." Moses and Aaron performed all these wonders before Pharaoh, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let the Israelites go out of his country. The Hebrew calendar. Hebrew month began in the middle of a month on our calendar today. Crops are planted in November crops are planted in November and December and harvested in March and April month. NISANAVIV. Today's calendar, March. Bible references Exodus chapter 13, verse 4. Verse 4. Exodus chapter 23, verse 15. Exodus chapter 34, verse 18. Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 1. Israel's holidays. Passover, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 5. Unleavened bread, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 6. Verse 6. First fruits, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 10. Verse 10. Verse 10, 2. Iyarziv. April-May. 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 1 and verse 37. Second Passover, Numbers chapter 9, verses 10 and 11. Pentecost, weeks, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 16. 3. SIVAN, May-June, Esther chapter 8, verse 9. Pentecost weeks, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 16. 4. TAMMUZ, June-July. 5. AB, July-August. 6. ELUL, August-September. NEHEMIAH, chapter 6, verse 15. 7. TISHRIETHANAIM, September-October. 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 2. Trumpets, Numbers chapter 29, verse 1. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24. Day of Atonement, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 27. Tabernacles, booths, Leviticus chapters 23, verse 34. 8. MARCHESHVAN, October-November. 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 38. 9. KISLEV, November-December. NEHEMIAH, chapter 1, verse 1. Dedication, Hanukkah. John chapter 10, verse 22. 10. TEBETH, December-January. Esther chapter 2, verse 16. 11. SHEBAT, January-February. ZECHARIAH, chapter 1, verse 7. 12. ADAR, February-March. Esther chapter 3, verse 7. Purim, Esther chapter 9, verses 24 to 32. 5. The Passover, Exodus chapter 12. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron in Egypt, this month is to be for you the first month of your year. To the whole community of Israel, that on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb for his family, one for each household. If any household is too small for a whole lamb, they must share one with their nearest neighbor. Having taken into account the number of people there are, you are to determine the amount of lamb needed in accordance with what each person will eat. The animals you choose must be year-old males without defect, and you may take them from the sheep, or the goats. Take care with them until the 14th day. Hey, nothing, just relaxing, taking it easy. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. I don't know. May. No. Woo! Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, that's good. Whoa, that's a long walk. Okay. Okay. No, that's too far. Yeah. 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 Okay. No. 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 Cause I love you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If it's in separate sleeping bags. Yeah. 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 Okay.
Coffee and went down.
Yeah.
And after that, he slept with me and he would get everywhere. And he cannot hug me, but he can touch my butt, okay?
No, not your butt. Cuz I love you.
I'll play with the juice. It's okay.
No, 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 no. I know. I love you too.
Let's do something with it, okay?
No.
You know, like Jasmine called me last night saying I want to come he's coming to my house to sleep one night. It's okay?
No.
This is just from your size, but he's almost 32 or 33.
Yeah.
Call me funny once. It's okay?
No.
Well, you talk to her. I got the number, but that's power. So don't and that's about me.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Call me honey many times. My boss saying, what are you doing? I'm sleeping. It's okay, come to your house. And if you want to, it's fine. I don't know my exit. I don't know. Emily says, okay.
If it comes over as a friend.
He told me if some says when I'm sleeping in my bed, he sleep with me.
No.
I said, no, you just sleep here. But I just said one night, you just sleep in my bed, but I have to sleep on the floor, you know?
Yeah, on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to sleep with you, you know? I was used to that sleep. I was scared. Nobody sleep just me, you. Come sleep with me, man. No, that's not right. I have one girlfriend I want to call. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, come on. If you love me, I'll give you anything. Nah, it's not my style.
Yeah.
I want you, but my girl will text me or call me if I'm doing.
No.
Why not?
Because I love you. Yeah.
So maybe you can talk to the girl when he's coming.
Okay.
I don't want to sleep with me in my bed. To lick my booty.
No.
My booties. Touch my penis. Would you eat yours or by heart?
Mine.
You can touch my penis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Close up.
Yeah.
You do? You like it?
Yeah.
So what time you may call you?
You can call me anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I'll see you later between 9 or 10, okay?
Okay.
I'll see you later, my love.
Okay.
Sexy.
Okay. Hello? Okay. Back. I'm back. The pastor. God. Hello? No, I'm not going out. No, I'm not going out with you. No, 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 I didn't. No, I love Jose. No, 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 I'm not going to dump him because I love him. Yes, no, because I love him. No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not going to dump him because I love him. Yes, he does. No, 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 because I love Jose. Yeah, he does. Me. No, no, he isn't. No, no, no. I love him and he loves me. No, he isn't. No, 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 he isn't. Okay, I will. Okay. No, cause I love Jose. I love Jose. No, no. No, I love Jose. No, no, he wants me. No, he doesn't. No. Okay, I will. No, because I love Jose. No, no. Yes, I do. No, I love Jose. Yes, he does. At the greenhouse. He likes plants things, and sells the plants that they plant. Yeah, yeah. No, no. Okay, I will. Okay, okay. No, no. I love Jose. No, I love Jose. No, 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 no. I don't. I know. No, I don't. I want to be with Jose. Nope. No, 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 no. I want, I want, I want Jose. I love him. No, I love Jose. Yes, I do. Cause he's funny and he makes me laugh and and he's good looking and he buys me things. Yes, I do. Nothing much. Yeah, he tried to ask me out. Yeah, and he said that you are cheating behind my back. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know that. Yeah, I said no to him too. I know. I want to be with you too. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know you're the same, the same. I feel the same way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I miss you too. What? Yeah, I promise. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Promise. Yeah. Mm, love you. Mm. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully. Exodus, the Passover, Exodus chapter 12. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron in Egypt, "This month is to be for you the first month of your year. Tell the whole community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb for his family." To the whole community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb for his family, one for each household. If any household is too small for a whole lamb, they must share one with their nearest neighbor. Having taken into account the number of people there are, you are to determine the amount of lamb needed in accordance with what each person will eat. The animals you choose must be year-old males without defect, and you may take them from the sheep or the goats. Take care of them until the 14th day of the month, when all and you may take them from the sheep or the goats. Take care of them until the 14th day of the month, when all the members of the community of Israel must slaughter them at twilight. Then they are to take some of the blood and put it on the sides and tops of the door frames of the houses where they eat the lambs. That same night they are to eat the meat roasted over the fire, along with bitter herbs and bread made without yeast. Do not eat the meat raw or boiled in water, but roast it over a fire with the head, legs, and internal organs. Do not leave any of it till morning. If some is left till morning, you must burn it. This is how you are to eat it, with your cloak tucked into your belt, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. Eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. On that same night, I will pass through Egypt and strike down every firstborn of both people and animals, and I will bring judgment on all the gods of Egypt. I am the Lord. The blood will be a sign for you on the houses where you are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you. No destructive plague would touch you when I strike Egypt. Matthew chapter 20, verses 1 to 28. 1 to 28. Matthew chapter 20. Jesus tells the parable of the vineyard workers. Matthew chapter 20. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. He agreed to pay them a denarius for the day and sent them into his vineyard. About 9 in the morning, he went out and saw others standing in the marketplaces doing nothing. He told them, "You also go and work in my vineyard, and I will pay you whatever is right." So they went. He went out again about noon, and about 3 in the afternoon, and did the same thing. About 5 in the afternoon, he went out and found the others standing around. He asked them, "Why have you been standing here all day long, doing nothing?" "Because no one has hired us," they answered. He said to them, "You also go and work in my vineyard." When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Call the workers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last ones higher, and going on to the first. The workers who were hired, about 5, and the afternoon came, and each received a denarius. So when those came who were hired first, they expected to receive more. But each one of them also received a denarius. When they received it, they began to grumble against the landowner. Those who were hired, those who were hired, those who were hired last worked only 1 hour, they said, and you have made them equal to us, who have borne the burden of the work and the heat of the day. But he answered one of them, I am not being unfair to you, friend. Didn't you agree to work for a denarius? Take your pay and go. I want to give the one who was hired last the same as I gave you. The same as I gave you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money? Or are you envious because I am generous, so the last will be first and the first will be last. Jesus predicts his death the third time. Mark chapter 10 verses 32 to 34. Luke chapter 18 verses 31 to 34. Now Jesus was going up to Jerusalem. On the way he took the 12 aside and said to them, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and the teachers of the law. They will condemn him to death and will hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified. On the third day he will be raised to life. Jesus teaches about serving others. Mark chapter 10 verses 35 to 45. Then the mother of Zebedee's sons came to Jesus with his sons, and kneeling down asked a favor of him. What is it you want? He asked. She said, grant that one. These 2 sons of mine may sit at your right and the other at your left in your kingdom. You don't know what you were asking, Jesus said to them. Can you drink the cup I am going to drink? We can, they answered. Jesus said to them, You will indeed drink from my cup, but to sit at my right or left is not for me to grant. These places belong to those for whom they have been prepared by my Father. When the ten heard about this, they were indignant with the 2 brothers. Jesus called them together and said, You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lorded over them, and the high officials exercise authority over them. Not so with you. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Psalm chapter 25, verses 1 to 15. Psalm chapter 25. Theme: a prayer for defense, guidance, and pardon. As we trust in God, He grants the same request for us. David, Psalm chapter 25. In you, Lord, my God, I put my trust. I trust in you. Do not let me be put to shame. Nor let my enemies triumph over me. No one who hopes in you will ever be put to shame, but shame will come on those who are treacherous without cause. Show me your ways, Lord. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are God, my Savior, and my hope is in you all day long. Remember, Lord, your great mercy and love, for they are from of old. Do not remember the sins of my youth and my rebellious ways. According to your love, remember me. For you, Lord, are good. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore, he instructs sinners in his ways. He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them his way. All the ways of the Lord are loving and faithful toward those who keep the demands of his covenant. For the sake of your name, Lord, forgive my iniquity. Forgive my iniquity, though it is great. It is great. Who then are those who fear the Lord? He will instruct them in the ways they should choose. They will spend their days in prosperity, and their descendants will inherit the land. The Lord confides in those who fear him. He makes his covenant known to them. My eyes are ever on the Lord, for only he will release my feet from the snare. From the snare. Proverbs chapter 6, verses 6 to 11. Proverbs chapter 6. Six to 11. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no command. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. Okay, that's all. Bye.